Hi everyone. So in this conversation, I am talking to a learner who has migrated from a different state in order to look for work, but he's not finding a suitable work for himself because of English. So I really want that English shouldn't be a hurdle when you start looking for work. I will give his mail ID and you can get in touch with him. There are two advantages. You can have a English speaking practice, and if you are a person who is also preparing for your interview, so you can prepare with each other. Also in this conversation we have discussed a few questions and answers related to interviews, so this is going to be really helpful to you guys. Also, a fun way to find speaking partners is commenting under my conversational videos, because I know nowadays everyone is looking for partners to practice English, because honestly we do not have the environment of speaking English, most of us around us. And so yeah, get in touch with each other, let us help each other and grow together. I do not want language to be a hurdle in your career growth or stopping you from earning your bread and butter. So let's watch this conversation now. Recording. Okay. So what do you do in Bangalore?
Ma'am, currently I'm working in a security guard job because I don't know the English language. So I am failed the 3 times in the call center job. So I joined the security guard, and I am trying to speak the English language in fluency. Then I try to call center job. Okay.
You graduate in which stream?
Yes, ma'am. In 2018, I'm qualified the graduation.
Okay, okay. You did graduation in what? Like arts, commerce?
Arts, ma'am.
Arts. Okay. Your main motive behind learning English now is because you want a call center job or something stable, right?
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
why you're working on your English skills. So what exactly are you doing to improve your English?
Um, I don't know the English language, but I try to speak the English language before 6 months. Then I try to speak language and learn the YouTube channel. That's all.
You're just
Story English.
Mhm. You're just
Madam,
learning English by listening and
mm,
watching videos, right?
nothing. Yes, ma'am. Madam, may I know about yourself? Madam, my question is, uh, grammar is mandatory learn to the spoken English?
In order to learn spoken English, you don't have to learn grammar separately. You don't have to
Okay.
learn grammar. If you want to speak English, learn it by listening and speaking. Don't read or by heart the rules of grammar, because while speaking, you cannot remember it spontaneously while speaking. So that is the reason I'm saying. But grammar is important. When you speak, the correct message has to go to the other person. So grammar is very important. Your tenses, then your parts of speech, all these are basics. These things you need, must and should for to speak English. But how you have to learn it is through speaking and through listening, not by reading and by hearting grammar rules.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I watched the English story in the YouTube channel. One time I watched the English story, but some sentence I don't understand the sentence. Okay,
Okay.
not repeat to that this video this next time. This is the my problem.
Okay, if you don't understand some sentence, you can use the Google Translator, right?
I used Google Translate, ma'am, but I'm not interested to repeat the video again.
Then choose a video which is basic level for made for beginners, so that you will be able to clearly understand and you will not lose interest in the video. If you're able
Yes,
to
ma'am.
understand the complete video, you will not lose interest. You will be interested in watching it repeatedly. If you are choosing a high level of, content, then you won't be able to understand some pieces and you won't be interested again to watch it repeatedly. So you can go for cartoons, cartoon conversations. There are some channels which show cartoon conversations. They use very simple English. So you try and listen to those kind of, they will also be interesting and you will also learn from it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I am the beginner, so please give me some instruction how to improve my English fluency. Give me some instruction, please, ma'am.
Are you speaking to anybody in English?
No.
No, not at all. Only thing you are doing is listening, right? But uh, you will learn spoken English only by speaking it. Not
Yes, ma'am.
while you will become fluent only by speaking English. By listening, yes, you
Yes.
will get a lot of knowledge. You will get the input for it. Okay, by listening and reading practice also you can do. If you like doing reading, reading is also very important because it will give you right grammar, right sentence structure. And you need
Yes, ma'am.
input before speaking. You need something in your mind to speak, right? So listening
Yes,
and
ma'am.
reading will give you that input. And by speaking, you have to apply whatever you have learned. Otherwise, it is a waste of time actually. You have to listen,
Yes, ma'am.
read, and simultaneously you have to try to talk to a lot of people.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when I came to Bangalore, but I don't know the English language, but I tried to the call center job. Then I one time failed. Then I try to spoken English start. Then I will go to the call center job next interview, but I'm not selected. But my communication skill is not good, so I am rejected.
Yes, yes, because your English is poor. Your English is poor and your communication skills. See, your confidence is good. You are not scared or nervous. You are speaking very confidently. Just try to improve on your English because your
Yes,
grammar
ma'am.
is weak and sentence formation is also slow. So, I mean to say, you're not
Yes,
fluent. So, you have to
yes,
speak,
ma'am.
do more of speaking practice.
Yes, ma'am. So HR told me you try to spoken English confidently and fluency. So then you come to interview and try to interview. Okay. So not to selected now. So I'm
Mhm.
unhappy.
That is the reason you are unhappy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But why are you not like, reaching out or mailing people for conversations, and why are you not practicing speaking?
Ma'am, I'm company working in the security guard jobs. This place I worked this time, and I talking in the other person to English language. But Kannada, this Karnataka language, Kannada in other people is saying the Kannada language, and I'm talking to the English language in other person, and I'm
Yeah,
asking, I don't know this some sentence, but I am asking to other person in English. Don't know, I'm not asking to Kannada language, I'm asking to English language only.
but they will respond in Kannada, right? Because in security guard profile, you cannot ask, expect them to speak in English with you.
Yes, ma'am. Some person is telling the answer is English language, but maximum person is telling the answer the Kannada language.
And you don't have an environment also. But what about online? Like you mailed me. Have you mailed anyone else for conversations?
No, ma'am.
I think you should do it. You should do. You should mail a lot of people because there are so many of us who are doing conversations. So that way you will get a speaking practice. So if you're not trying to speak, how will you become fluent? How will your English improve?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you have a night duty, but during the day, like I don't know what time you wake up or something, that time you try to fix a schedule. Like maybe evenings also is fine. Try to fix a schedule. And if it is possible for you, you can join some spoken English platform because they will be 24/7. So throughout the day or night, anytime you can book a session. You can do that. Or if you want like free conversations, there are a lot of YouTubers who are doing this. So you can do that also. So you
Yes, ma'am.
have to
Yes.
speak.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're worried about it, right? You're worried about your English and your career.
No, ma'am, I don't know the English language, so I failed the many times. So I am unhappy this time. So I try to how to speak English, my fluency.
Yeah, you have to really work on it. Do some reading practice also. You can take some very thin books to start off with, very lightweight, maybe under 100 pages, small books, and read those book repeatedly, line by line, like loudly, like how we speak, not in your mind. Try to speak it loudly. That is one way of doing your speaking practice also
Yes, ma'am.
by yourself. And I have put up a video also which you can practice by yourself, because many people have this issue. We don't have a partner. And if you want to join some spoken English platform, they are quite expensive for some people. So in that case, I also put videos where you can practice English speaking alone. So you try and watch those videos and you can implement them. They are really helpful to you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You can do that. Hmm.
yes, ma'am.
So how was your journey from Odisha to Bangalore, and why?
Mm, Actually, I tried to government job, but I failed the government job. So my friend is working in Bangalore. So I
Working
came to Bangalore and worked at this
Yeah.
thing, working in the Bangalore.
How is Bangalore? Did you like Karnataka?
Bangalore is good, ma'am. The atmosphere is very good, and people is other person is very good.
Yes.
I love the Bangalore.
Yeah, you love Bangalore. Okay, that is nice. And you will have a lot of job opportunities also in different fields.
Ma'am, I know the different job is Bangalore, but the language is very mandatory. The get the job, but I
Yes.
know the only Hindi language and my native language Odia. But I don't know the Kannada language properly and English language properly. So I am not selected in any other job. So I am trying to speak the English language in the currently fluency. Then I try to in other job in the Bangalore. That is
Okay.
my goal.
Yeah, that is a nice goal actually, because you're just a graduate now. So it is important
Yes,
for you to get into some job which will have a future, a career for you. So for that, English
yes,
is
ma'am.
mandatory. At least you can get
Ma'am.
into it. After that, you have to keep on improving yourself to grow up in your career.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
I every day watch the English story, cartoon story every day, 1 hour, 2 hour every day, mm, and reading the English book sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that for 1 hour and then try to give at least half an hour for speaking. Because only continuously listening, I know listening and watching videos is very easy. But you're just
Okay.
listening and watching how it will be helpful to you. How will you evaluate how much you have learned by while
Yes,
speaking? Because
yes,
you're listening to nice speakers, good content, but are you able to speak so well like them? No, right? Because you have to speak, you have to practice speaking.
yes, ma'am. Because when I faced the interview, HR just called me, what is your education, what is your goal, and everything is I'm telling the answer is normal, but he's asking in other type of question, but I'm not qualified, not able to the question the answer. That is my weak
You're
point,
not
ma'am.
able to understand their questions.
I understand this question, but I'm not
You're not able to answer
able,
them.
able to the answer them, ma'am.
Okay, so which question were you not able to answer?
Mm, Tell me something about Bangalore. What is the atmosphere? And tell me something in the Kannada language. What is the about this question? But I don't know this type of question answer, so I'm not selected. And
But
that's all,
after,
ma'am.
but after failing in your interview, did you try to find out the answers and prepare yourself for the next round, next interview?
I'm not going to the interview next interview. I tried to the learn this question answer. Not
Hmm. So did you try? Did you try how you can answer this? So can you answer
yes. I'm
me? Tell me something about Bangalore.
first of Bangalore. Like me, like the Bangalore atmosphere is very good, and Bangalore is language is Kannada language, and Bangalore food is very good and very taste and um,
Bangalore is the
that's all.
capital city of Karnataka.
Karnataka, yes, ma'am.
Hmm. I love the weather of Bangalore.
Other Bangalore, yes, ma'am.
can say that. And there are a lot of job opportunities in Bangalore.
Bangalore.
And
Yes.
people are also very friendly. They're warm, they're welcoming, and people are very friendly. So I really like Bangalore. At least, try to uh, speak continuously at least 6, 7 sentences. It need not be very long because you don't want the other person to get bored by your answer. But simple sentences, at least you can speak. But whatever
Yes,
simple
ma'am.
sentences you are speaking, they have to be correct.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. So were you able to answer what are your goals, strengths, weaknesses? Were you able to answer these kind of questions?
My goal is when I practice my English in fluency, I will go to the interview next time. That is
Okay.
my goal.
Okay. So what about when they ask you during an interview, what is your short-term and long-term goal? What will you answer them?
HR asked me, "What is your short term?" I told him my short term is I achieved in the one time in reading this one story. I can achieve this. I understand this um, about this story. One time I am reading one time this story. I am able to the my mind in my mind one time. Okay, it is
Okay.
my
That is your
time.
strength. That's your strength.
Strength.
Yeah, my
Yes,
strength
ma'am.
is that whenever I read a story, in one attempt, I am able to understand the story completely. So that is my
Yes,
strength.
ma'am.
What is your
Yes,
weakness?
ma'am. My weakness is um, sometimes I'm nervous. It is my weakness.
Okay. Sometimes you feel nervous about what? About
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
to people, about English. What are you nervous about?
About to talking this is
Okay.
because I don't know the fluent English, so I'm nervous anytime.
Okay. So whenever you tell about your weakness, you also have to tell how you're overcoming it. For example, you can say,
Yes,
sometimes I feel I'm not very good in English, very good at English, but I am trying to build my skills. I am trying to learn by listening, reading, and I'm also doing a lot of speaking practice in order to overcome this weakness of mine. Whenever you tell about your
yes,
weakness, also tell what efforts you're putting in order to come out of your weakness.
yes, ma'am.
Because you don't want to put a negative impact to the opposite person. So just tell your weakness along with how you're working for it.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is your short-term goal?
My short-term goal, not it.
I think your short-term goal will be to get a stable job in a good organization. That can be your short-term goal, right? Long-term goal might be like growing further in your career and reaching a good stage or good point or good position in your company. That would be your long-term goal. Yeah. Or
Okay,
you
okay.
can also think of like, I want to study further, something, whatever your goal is there, you can do that. You can say that.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know a proper self-introduction for a job?
Repeat the question, ma'am, please.
Can you, if you think that this is a job interview, can you give me a formal introduction of yourself?
Oh, my name is Tukuna Sao. I am from Odisha.
Okay.
Um, I have done my graduation in 2018. My family member is 4 person. My father, my mother, my small brother, and me. My father is a farmer. My mother is a housewife, and my small brother is pursuing the IT second year student. And my hobby is playing cricket and reading the storybook. That's all of my interests.
Okay, okay. Those are your hobbies. And firstly, you start off with good morning or good afternoon, whatever. First, try to give
Yes,
them and then tell them, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is so and so. I'm from Odisha and I've completed my graduation, whatever you told. When I talk about my family, we are a family of four. My father, mother, my younger brother, not small brother, younger brother, and I. Okay, then you can tell
okay,
whatever your father, whatever you're doing. Then when it comes to my hobbies and interests, I like playing cricket and I also like listening to stories. So that's all about me. Thank you. So you can say that when
okay,
it comes to formal introduction. Okay. So what other
okay.
questions? do you need answers for? Self-introduction done, strength, weaknesses done, short-term, long-term goals are done. Why do you want this job? That you have to prepare depending on what job you are applying for and why you
Yes.
are fit for the job. So you can prepare
Yes.
that answer by yourself.
Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I think you need thorough preparation also, not only English, you also need thorough preparation of interview questions. You need to become perfect in them so that at least this part, your interview will get cleared.
Okay,
You
ma'am.
can by heart or whatever, by hook or crook, try to prepare perfectly for an interview and then you can speak. And don't stop giving interviews because you will get experience. I know you're failing in it, but you will get so much experience and you will get questions, what questions they are going to ask. So likewise, you can prepare for those questions. So that is an opportunity for you. Even failure is an opportunity for you to prepare better for
Yes.
the next interview.
Yes, ma'am.
English, though, you keep learning simultaneously. Along with them, keep giving your interviews also. Because you never know, you
Yes, ma'am.
might get selected someday. And for call center English, you need a lot of, you need good English. You need fluent English if you want to apply for a call center.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think you can go for back office first rather than heading to calling this thing. You can work in the back office first. Later, you can take the calls and you can work in that area.
Okay, I try, ma'am.
You
I will
try
try.
because suddenly if you're put into calls or if you have to communicate with foreigners, so then it will be difficult for you, the calling profile. So if it is a back end, you don't have to do a lot of talking. It will be more of administration work. And for that, you can like intermediate English is enough. But for call center and talking over the calls, you need very good English, and that is quite difficult to crack because you are lacking in some areas which you need a lot of practice for. At least 6 months you need continuous practice in order to come to intermediate or better stage. So for that, you can try back end works first. Later, you can go for
Yes.
calling process.
Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am.
So any other questions?
Ma'am, my question is, so I'm beginner. So what shall I do in the every day? The schedule?
Your schedule. See how you have 2 hours in your hand, right? For English. You can keep 2 hours for English. What is your time frame? How many hours are you free?
Um, Actually, I'm working the security guard job. So I day and night working one day and one day night to duty.
Okay.
So I'm night shift. I am day shift is free.
Hmm. Okay.
That's time I will practice.
Okay. So roughly if I say you have 1.5 hour free time,
Yes,
one and
ma'am.
a half hour. Okay. So at least 20 minutes you give to reading practice. And that you have to read out aloud. Buy some simple story books, children's story books. You have to read, not watch. You have to read simple story books. You read it loudly. The next thing you can do listening practice, which you already are doing. And third main important thing, do a lot of speaking practice. Like you can reach out to YouTubers or in the comment section if someone is interested to practice with you, I would say please leave a comment so that you can get in touch. And there are a lot of people looking for speaking partners. So in that way, you will get speaking partner to practice English every day. So unless you practice, you will not become fluent. So do a lot of practicing. So these three things you do continuously, consistently. At least if
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
1 hour also, try to divide that time. Listening, reading half an hour, still half an hour for speaking. So if you do
Yes,
this
ma'am.
continuously for 3 minutes, 3 months at least, you will see you will find noticeable change in your fluency in your English because you need to become more fluent. You are not getting thoughts and ideas also while speaking. So for that, you need a lot of practice. After that, keep on continuing for 6 months. You will be good to go. You can start applying and you will, yeah, hopefully you will clear the interviews.
Yes, ma'am.
But don't give up and please be consistent. One day, then you take a 2 days gap, then third day you practice. It's not going to work out. Every single day, try
Yes.
to practice.
Yes, ma'am. My second question is, sometimes I speak the English language and my pronunciation is some word is not pronunciation is good. So how to manageable to this word? How to correct this word?
Yeah, that you can do shadowing practice. There is a technique called as imitation or shadowing. I put a video recently. How I am speaking, just keep pausing the video here now and then and try to talk like me. Try to pronounce
Yes, ma'am.
words like me. Okay. Maybe
Yes,
keep a
ma'am.
mirror in front of you and see how you are pronouncing and how I am pronouncing. I, in the sense, I mean to say any speaker who you think is fluent in English and you want to speak like them. Choose that kind of
Yes.
speaker and go for one person. Don't keep changing every day. Go for one person for 1 week. Try to practice along with them. Whatever they are speaking, pause the video, speak after them. 3-4 words, pause the video, try to act like them. Mimicry. Are you understanding what
Okay.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
Try to do that. Imitation. Try to keep speaking like them. That is best practice to improve your pronunciation. Fluency also. You don't need a partner also. So it is a very good practice. You can try that. And firstly, you
Yes,
try
ma'am.
to go for your fluency and speaking practice. Later, you try to work on your pronunciation also. Because some words, when you pronounce, you have a very heavy mother tongue influence. So some words,
Yes,
maybe
ma'am.
people will not be able to understand what you are saying. So for that, you can do
Yes, ma'am.
shadowing practice.
Ma'am, when did you start your English language, English talking? Are you English medium school or
Yes,
government school?
I studied in a convent, English medium school.
Okay.
And even at home, my dad was always speak to us in English so that we will have English practice so that we can practice
Yes.
speaking and yeah, become better in it. So unknowingly, I learned English.
Okay, ma'am.
Mhm. Yeah. So any other question?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. See, you're really confident, and I really appreciate that you reached out and you are trying to talk. Which this is a very good initiative, but do not give up on it. Keep continuously reaching out to people and talking. And if you get speaking partners, I really wish that you find a speaking partner because it is really important for you. You need to get a job, and you have to prepare very well for it. Try to find when you try to find something, some or the other way, you will get it. It's only that maybe you're not trying enough. If you try, you will definitely find partners to practice and keep practicing English continuously. So I hope so very soon you will get a good job and you will be happy in your life, not unhappy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So shall we wind up the session now?
Section is very good, ma'am. I'm very excited yesterday. You reply me tomorrow. 11:30 I'm coming. So I'm very excited and very happy.
Yeah, I waited for you at 11:30, but then a lot of people do this. They mail you that they want a conversation, but at that time they do not join. So it is quite common for me. So I thought maybe like you also don't want to join the session or something. But then you messaged that I had my night duty, so you couldn't join. So I thought it was justified and I gave you another chance. So it was really nice talking to you. And thank you for reaching out and talking to me. Good luck for your job, interviews, and good luck for your life.
Okay.
We'll end it now.
Thank
Thank
Yes, ma'am.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.